name one player who you think is going to replace Dhoni. You can think of no names, right? Because you have not groomed the youngsters. Rishabh Pant, Riddhi Mansa, there are other players as well.
One of the greats of the game.
But you cannot say that this player is going to be the perfect replacement.
Hey guys, hello and welcome to another episode of the Free Spoken Podcast. मैं हूं आपका होस्ट सनत श्रीवास्तव और आज हमारे साथ हैं प्रतीक पुरी. Now प्रतीक पुरी is the founder and director of Right to Sports. Right to Sports क्या है? एक इनिशिएटिव है, although it's a company as well, but I would put it as an initiative जो इंडिया के यूथ को बेटर स्पोर्ट्स इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, बेटर स्पोर्ट्स अपॉर्चुनिटी देने के लिए काम कर रहा है. So let's welcome Pratik on this show.
First of all, thank you, Sanat, for inviting me, and you have put it very clearly.
I am pretty sure कि आपका जो एम है कि you want yourself to be behind those 10 to 12 minds जो इंडिया को रिप्रेजेंट कर पाए किसी लेवल पे जाके. वहाँ से हमारा सबसे पहला सवाल, since you are a person who is doing sports management in India and you have like been with so many personalities, आपका क्या ओपिनियन है कि क्यों इंडिया सिर्फ और सिर्फ क्रिकेट में वर्ल्ड लीडर रह पाया है, बाकी स्पोर्ट्स में इंडिया उस लेवल को मेंटेन नहीं कर पाया, स्पेशली इन ओलंपिक्स, जहाँ पे 2016 का जो ओलंपिक्स था उसमें हमें सिर्फ 2 मेडल्स मिले और एक भी गोल्ड मेडल नहीं मिला. व्हाई इज दैट?
देखिए, इसमें बहुत सारी चीज़ें फैक्टर है. बैठ के रहना तो मैं बहुत कुछ बोल दूंगा, बट स्टिल ऑन ग्राउंड एक्टिविटीज़ जो होते हैं ना, बहुत कंफ्यूजिंग होते हैं. बहुत आई मीन it takes a lot than just playing sports or taking decisions, right? On field में जाके बड़े players जो होते हैं, they fumble. So I can relate to one of the interviews where Abhinav Bindra, I would like to quote him. So he shared a story of his in 2013, I guess. So when he went to 2008 Olympics, which is Beijing, where he won the gold medals, तो उनके अंदर वो एक डर था कि मैं अगर नहीं कर पाऊंगा ना तो मैं क्या करूंगा, फ्यूचर में मेरा क्या होगा, मेरे साथ लोग इतने जो सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं मेरे को कैसे देखेंगे, राइट? सो एंड द रीज़न व्हाई ही सेड इन 2012 में ही कुड नॉट इवन क्वालिफाई फॉर द फाइनल्स. सो ही सेड कि 2012 में मैं 2008 में गोल्ड मेडल जीत चुका था और 2012 में मैं अपने आप को बहुत बड़ा प्लेयर समझने लगा था. मैं सोचता था कि मैं जाऊंगा तो मेरे पास तो गोल्ड आएगा भी नहीं है, कम से कम सिल्वर या ब्रोंज तो मेरे पास आएगा ही. सो ही वाज कंप्लेसेंट. सो वो जो डर था ना 2008 में 2012 में उनके पास वो नहीं था. एंड दैट्स व्हेन ही सेड कि दैट इज़ वन ऑफ द रीज़न व्हाई आई फेल्ड इन 2012. सो वो चीज़ जो प्लेयर्स के अंदर है ना, वो चीज़ जो डर है ना, वो डर होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. इट इज़ गुड टू हैव कॉन्फिडेंस एज वेल, एंड एट द सेम टाइम वो अंदर एक डर होना चाहिए कि मैं फेल अगर हो जाऊंगा तो वो क्या होगा. तो इससे क्या होता है कि आपका कॉम्प्लेसेंसी जो होता है ना, तो वो बहुत कम होता है. देयर आर अदर फैक्टर्स एज वेल. वी कैन ब्लेम द गवर्नमेंट एज मेनी टाइम्स एज वी वांट. नो गवर्नमेंट इज सेटिस्फैक्ट्री, नॉट जस्ट इन इंडिया. आप कहीं भी कोई भी कंट्री में चले जाओ, नो गवर्नमेंट इज सेटिस्फैक्ट्री, राइट? तो problems है कि we don't have professional approach to sports. Even now, only yesterday I was having a word with one of the principals in a school. So they wanted us to start sports program in their schools. And while I was having a conversation, it was a long conversation of 30 minutes. So he wanted us to look after their infrastructure, consult them in infrastructure, sports programs, setting up sports academies, working with the kids more closely. And then at the end he says that I don't want to invest much. मैंने already sports में बहुत invest किया हुआ है और मेरे को कोई फ़ायदा नहीं मिल रहा वहाँ से. So there are this kind of mentality which is coming, especially at the school level. We as an organization, what we thought that if you want to focus on developing sports, schools are one of the major things, and you will see there's no specific curriculum or setup which is being utilized in a well manner in schools. So you will see, I'm not bad mouthing coaches. Okay, they are highly qualified. They are doing what they are doing. They have love for the sports. But if you see, there are a couple of things. One is they are underpaid. This is one thing. The second thing is they don't have a curriculum. In order to teach sports, you need to have a curriculum, right? आप ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि आज आप बेसिक सिखा रहे हो और कल आप एडवांस सिखाना स्टार्ट कर दिया आपने दूसरे दिन. तो इट हैज़ टू बी सिस्टमेटिक. The third thing is they have to be trained coaches. आप BP8, MP8 आप पढ़ लिख के तो बहुत जा सकते होगे, बट यू हैव टू बी ट्रेंड. सो हमारे पास जो ट्रेन द ट्रेनर प्रोग्राम जो होता है ना, जो कि यूरोपियन कंट्रीज़ और मे बी एशियन कंट्रीज़ में जो चाइनीज़ जापानीज़ हैं, they have this program called train the trainer. So the trainer get trained by the trained coaches, and then they train the kids. Because if the coaches, अगर आपको coaches को ही पता नहीं है कि क्या करवाना है, क्या प्रोसेस है, तो बच्चे तो क्या ही सीखेंगे, राइट? तो so these are the few areas where we have to work at the grassroots level. We focus a lot on competition. Initially हम क्या करते हैं कि बच्चों को 3-4 साल 5 साल से ना कंपटीशन पे इंट्रोड्यूस करवा देते हैं. तो बच्चे खुद में मार्केट करने लग जाते हैं कि मेरे को फर्स्ट आना है. बट वो इससे क्या होता है कि एक जो डेवलपमेंट वाला प्रोसेस होता है ना, वो नहीं होता है. यू टेक फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर मैं धोनी की बात करता हूँ क्रिकेट में, नेम वन प्लेयर हु यू थिंक इज गोइंग टू रिप्लेस धोनी. यू कैन थिंक ऑफ नो नेम्स, राइट? Because you have not groomed the youngsters, right? It's about the competition. I'm not saying that any player, be it Rishabh Pant, Riddhi Mansa, there are other players as well, right? But you cannot say that this player is going to be the perfect replacement. So it's about grooming a player, which we don't do. We don't groom players in India. We believe that उनको 1-2 chances मिले हैं. अगर वो 1-2 chances में perform कर दिए, so then only they can be successful. Otherwise there's no point of giving them more than 2-3 opportunities, which is very wrong. So we don't have patience, we don't groom players, we don't have trained coaches. Our grassroots scenario is very at the worst level. So these are the few factors which are there, which adds to this.
राइट. सो आपने एक बहुत ही कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव अप्रोच दी इस चीज़ के ऊपर. आई वुड से यू हैव टच्ड एवरी सिंगल पॉइंट दैट इवन आई कुड थिंक ऑफ टेकिंग एन एजुकेटेड गेस. सो उसमें से सबसे पहला पॉइंट आई वुड लाइक टू पिक अप विच यू सेड इन द स्टार्टिंग की व्हेन अभिनव बिंद्रा गॉट दैट ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस विच ही एडमिट्स लेटर ऑन इन 2012, वहाँ पे मुझे लगता है कि हम बचपन में एक चीज़ बोला करते थे कि बेटा पार्टिसिपेशन इज मोर इंपॉर्टेंट देन विनिंग. मुझे लगता है इंडिया ने उसे कुछ ज़्यादा सीरियस ले लिया इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे, कि हम गोल्ड मेडल से ज़्यादा हमारा एक सिल्वर आता है, वी फिल द एंटायर न्यूज़ एंड मीडिया कि उसका सिल्वर आ गया एंड एवरीथिंग हैपेंड, एंड वी नेवर इवन थ्राइव फॉर दैट गोल्ड. वी आर सो हैप्पी विद दैट सिल्वर. सो व्हाट डू यू थिंक, इज दिस राइट फॉर मीडियाज एंड फॉर पीपल टू थिंक लाइक दिस, और इज इट अ वेरी रॉन्ग अप्रोच कि ऐसा नहीं होता है इंडिया में?
To me, it's all about participation. What we do is, there's a very famous quote or saying which says that aim for the moon, you will fall somewhere in the stars. So suppose if we have 1 lakh athletes participating at the elite level, we might get one, right? It's not that everyone will get it to the top level. If the participation is more, the chances of making it big is more, right? So I have always believed that participation is the main criteria in order to win medals, not just gold medals, any medals. So it's about the participation which we have. I would like to go on and add one thing, that India is a sports loving nation. India is not a sports playing nation, right? So India loves sports. आप अगर कोई भी youngster हो, या फिर M20s में, या फिर even in their teens as well, if you ask them about any Premier League player or a La Liga player in football or even tennis, they would be more technically sound than the professional players as well, right? But you will find that they are not even playing any sport. So you will see that our country is a sports loving nation. They are not sports playing nation, right? We as I said initially when we started talking, I said that I don't know about the percentage of middle class families in India. It's always about education, right? And we have not taken sports to make it big. So this is one thing where we have to do counseling of parents as well. I also feel that the counseling of parents are of utmost importance. If the parents are there, the most supportive thing one is going to do is to tell his kid that बेटा you go, आप जाओ, आप खेलो, will take care of the education. It's not about कि you have to play in order to win medals. You have to play in order to stay fit. You have to play in order to persevere in in taking decisions in your life. Okay, I have seen and seen for myself and other players as well. Those who have taken sports seriously, they might not have made it big. But what I have seen is in sports, those who have played sports professionally or taken sports seriously, they are one of the quickest decision makers, and they can fight real life situations like anything. So these are the few areas where we needed to do.
So एक फैक्टर आपने जब पेरेंट्स और एजुकेशन की बात करी, वहाँ से एक काफ़ी बड़ा क्वेश्चन ये आता है कि देयर इज अ सब्जेक्ट इन क्लास 11th एंड 12th कॉल्ड फिजिकल एजुकेशन इन इंडिया, राइट? वो ऑफ कोर्स ग्रेजुएशन एंड पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन में भी होता है. सो उसकी इम्पोर्टेंस पे आप थोड़ा लाइट डालो, बिकॉज आई रियली वांट यू टू टेल एज अ पर्सन हु हैज प्लेड इन द फील्ड एंड प्लेड बिहाइंड द डेस्क एज वेल, कि कितना इंपॉर्टेंट है फिजिकल एजुकेशन को इम्पोर्टेंट बनाना इंडिया में स्कूल लेवल पे.
See, physical education, as I said, that it's about physical literacy. What we nowadays we are saying, it's about knowing your parts of the body. कि कैसे आपको where you are taking good food, where you are taking the running that you are doing, where you are running. So most of the kids, those who are now 15, 16, 17, and even those who are playing professional sports, they don't even know that कि कहाँ दौड़ने से मेरे लिए बेटर है, कहाँ दौड़ना मेरे लिए मना है. You will see a lot of kids running on roads, okay, which is absolutely not advisable, because it is going to hamper your knees, it is going to hamper your calf, it is going to hamper everything, right? So in order to first play, we need to first educate these kids, we need to first educate the coaches. Even the coaches don't know, the coaches don't have any idea of where this should be going, how it should be going. I feel कोई भी मेरे को जब कोई बोलता है कि फिजिकल एजुकेशन स्कूल्स में ना, तो मेरे को 2-3 चीज़ की बात याद आती है. एक है ये 1 2 3 4, ठीक है. सो द PT, yes. So I don't know how it is going to help a kid groom, how it is going to help kid in sports, how this is going to help kid in the future. Suppose if you are studying science or maths in school, what you do is you professionalize that subject in the future, right? इसके लिए आप ट्यूशन रखते हो, इसके लिए आप अलग से पढ़ाई लेते हो, इसके लिए आप अलग टाइम देते हो. बट व्हाई नॉट फिजिकल एजुकेशन, राइट? बिकॉज अब ऐसा नहीं है कि फिजिकल एजुकेशन इट्स नॉट अ सब्जेक्ट. वी हैव इन स्पोर्ट्स, वी हैव स्पोर्ट्स मैनेजमेंट, वी हैव BPEd, वी हैव MPEd, वी हैव PhDs इन फिजिकल एजुकेशन एज वेल. अगर आप ये 1 2 3, if it's going to continue, then that is where we see that the coaches are not trained. That is when I said that the coaches are not trained, because यही तो बच्चे जा रहे हैं आगे. अगर ये बच्चे ही अगर ये 1 2 3 अगर ये कंटिन्यू करेंगे, तो I don't know what should I call it. Yeah, so and still, so what we have done is we are trying to give it a professional approach to the schools. Physical education is not just about these activities, PT1, PT2. Physical education is much more than that. Physical education is sports, physical education is physical activities, physical education is mental strength, physical education is counseling of yourself, physical education is counseling of your own teachers, how you talk to sports coaches. It's about lot more than what we just portray it as physical education. So we are far behind. I was talking to Monty Panesar, the Indian cricketer, and I was just trying to understand what is the scenario in UK. And he is saying that each and every school has a curriculum-based physical education, which we don't have in India. And that is where you see that Great Britain in 2016, they were second or third, I'm not too sure, and at the Olympic medal tally. So I was not surprised. Why were they at number 2 or number 3 at the Olympics in 2016? And that is why, which you have mentioned, that we have got only 2 medals. And so this is the main reason.
So now I just go on to 2 points that you mentioned in the last word that you said. First of all, you mentioned that it's not good to run on the roads purposefully for some people. Of course, marathon runner को road पे ही दौड़ना है ultimately, so he can take a day or 2 while training. This is something I learned from my coaches in college, कि आप road पे नहीं दौड़ते हो. However, वहीं पे थोड़ा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का प्रॉब्लम आता है, because even if I look around myself and I think of going on a morning run these days, I don't have anything but a road to run, right? Because I would say in my next 3 block radius, I don't even have a single place, a small stadium, a ground to run where I can utilize that place for my purposes of running or playing any other sports. Right. So उस चीज के ऊपर, being an insider again in the industry and somebody who's developing infrastructure for that matter, आपको क्या लगता है कि इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का कितना रोल है यहाँ पे कि हमें अपॉर्चुनिटीज नहीं मिल पाती, हमारे हाथ से निकल जाती है?
इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का रोल, टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, इट्स दी जो आप फर्स्ट 2-3 चीज़ें करते हैं ना स्पोर्ट्स के लिए, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर इज़ वन ऑफ देम. इनफैक्ट इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर शुड बी, it's once you develop the interest of the kids, while developing the interest of the kids, first of all the kids need to have love for sports. The kids need to enjoy. The kids need to have good people surrounding him, be it the parents, be it the coaches. These coaches should be there entertaining him. It's not about giving them professional coaching at the age of 3 or 4, right? Then you have the infrastructure. Suppose I'm going to a place which does not have a good infrastructure. I developed more love for cricket while I was playing because I was practicing in one of the best sports academies in Calcutta. Okay, and that is how I felt that it gave me confidence to go and express myself. So अगर आप जा रहे हो, अगर आप खेल रहे हो, तो you need to have a good infrastructure, right? Otherwise बच्चे थोड़ा शौकीन होते हैं, राइट? तो उनको अगर अच्छा जगह नहीं मिला ना, उनको अगर अच्छा एक्सपोजर नहीं मिला, तो वो उनका इंटरेस्ट वहीं पे डाउन हो जाता है. and that's where the participation is going down. In spite of taking the participation up, the participation goes down. And as far as the infrastructure is concerned, again I would like to compare with European or even Chinese. I have a very small data of a country, France, and it says that the country has 270,000 sports facility in their country, and they have 44,000 full size football, rugby or even hockey pitches. How many hockey pitches do we have in India? We have not a single pitch. I am from Calcutta and Bengal. We don't have a single hockey pitch in Bengal. We have a small hockey pitch in a school, and that's very small. That is for kids, right? We have only one hockey pitch in the whole of Maharashtra, right? So France has more than 44,000 tennis courts. They have 44,000 full-size football pitch. Okay, and I'm not even counting any other countries like the Netherlands or even Australia or even China. तो दूर की बात है, right? So if we don't have such facilities, so we have cricket stadiums. We have 2-3 football stadiums. But if you see the access, it's not about creating the facility as well. It's about the access. I can make an international standard stadium, but what is the use of it when I'm not allowing these kids to go and play and express themselves, right? It's and not about kids as well. It's about the elite athletes, those who are there, those who are preparing themselves for the Olympics or World Cups or Asian Games. They should be given free of cost access to the stadiums, right? Because that is when, suppose if I am playing as a grassroots kid, what I'll do is I have seen that I have a very small space where I'm playing. I've been exposed to a tournament where the football ground is big. Tell me how many kids would be able to run the full size football ground right now? No kid is going to run. I was running a facility in Gurgaon, right? And we have these book and play facilities which is now taking shape in India, which is very good, which is actually increasing the participation, but not at the grassroots level. So the field is not even full size. The field is around 90 meters in length, which is 7 aside or 8 aside football field, and we divide the full pitch into 4 parts. And even then the people, those who are coming, they say that the pitch is big, right? So how we can expect that we'll qualify for football World Cups? I have no hard feeling for the footballers or any athletes. I'm sure that what they are doing, that absolutely they love the game, they want to do better for the country, but it has to start from right at the early age. When I say right at the early age, nowadays a new trend is coming up, which is, if I have an academy, and if I am inviting kids to come at the age of 3 or 4, my core interest should be there, that I want to build interest of the kids. I want to make sure the interest, if his interest is there, his interest is intact, right? My interest will not be to push him away. So what the current academies, most of the academies are doing is, they are conducting trials for a kid who is 3-year or 4-year-old kid. What is he going to understand by the word trial? He doesn't even know that, and how you are, and on what basis you are trying to select him. Jasprit Bumrah started playing cricket at the age of 16, right? And he is the number 1 player. So if Jasprit Bumrah was there at the age of 3, he would have not made it even to any level, right? Anyways, coming back to the infrastructure thing, I really feel that more infrastructures are coming in, okay, but again, the charges for infrastructure is going to be, I mean, it is huge. If you have to create a full size football ground, it will cost you somewhere around 1 CR for an artificial turf. What I feel, that in India we don't have a manufacturing unit for artificial grass, for any.
Okay, so it's all imported in India.
Professional sports.
We don't have our indigenous units.
We don't have. If we have a manufacturing unit for be it artificial grass, or maybe badminton courts, indoor courts, swimming pools. If I'm talking about swimming pool, tell me how many 50-meter swimming pool you have seen in India. There is one 50-meter, not even 50 meters, 45-meter swimming pool which I have seen in Gurgaon. Okay, in the whole of Gurgaon. There is one in Delhi, right? There are maximum one in each state. Okay, and in order to become Michael Phelps,
on every other corner you need to have 150-meter pool.
Absolutely, and it's not about swimming pool, it's about other facilities as well. We have seen that badminton courts are being operated outdoors, and
right,
when a company,
which is an indoor sport.
It's an indoor sport, and you see that badminton courts are going outdoors. And I was talking to Dhruv Burman, who is India's number 1 3x3 basketball player. I was talking to him and I was telling him that, why don't you come and practice in my academy, right? And I suggested him an outdoor court, and he's strict, and he said, no, I am not going to come. So that is where a professional sportsman will treat himself.
They have the basic knowledge of certain things which we don't possess.
Absolutely, we don't care about this. It's about sports है, कहीं भी खेल लो, right? It's not about professionally taking over. The other thing which as far as infrastructure is concerned, is it's costly, right? If you have to set up a hockey pitch, it will cost you somewhere around 2 to 3 CR, right? And that is why, as I mentioned, that hockey pitches are not that much in India. Odisha is coming in lot of numbers as far as setting up infrastructures are concerned, but still is not even near to any European countries. We are so that is what we have to do as a government. What I would have done is, it's going to be controversial, but still, what I would have done, first of all, I would have seen that whether there are any manufacturing units can be set up, right? That what will happen is, it is going to make the sports flooring much more cheaper than what we are taking, and it would help the schools, the academies, and even the corporates to invest. And if the money is less, so suppose if I'm spending 3 CR for a hockey pitch, if it's made in India, it will somewhere be around 80 lakhs to 1 CR, right?
My goodness, so
Yeah.
Such a big difference.
Such a big difference, yes, and absolutely. And there are other things to add as well. You are importing from other countries, be it Chinese products, be it European products. You have to pay taxes, import taxes, import duties. I mean, the duties you have to pay. These are the things which you have to mention. You have to give GST as well on sports products, so on sports equipments as well. So the major kids, those who are backing out, are of 2-3 major reasons. One is the more emphasis on the education. The other is expensive equipments. So these are the few things for there in infrastructure.
I see. So that's I believe very comprehensive. Whatever we have come up with this throughout this entire discussion. Now, in order to conclude this, of course there are still a lot many untouched parts that come to my mind when we say that why India doesn't win medals at Olympics. But these are certain factors that are the basic ones. We still have a long way to go ahead when it comes to India in terms of sports. But yes, initiatives like yours, initiatives that people can take in order to improve the growth of sports in the country, these are the need of the hour. So do like this episode, do share the video with your friends, and do subscribe to our channel. See you next time. Bye bye.